Hi, what's your name?
My name is Jose Orta, O-R-T-A, Jose, J-O-S-E.
And um, do you live here in Taylor?
Yes, yes, I live in Taylor. I've lived here most of my life, and I consider Taylor my home.
And why are you here today?
Well, I'm here at your invitation. I found out that you were having a impromptu vigil in front of cont'd Hutto, and I've come to support your effort, and I want to let anybody and everybody know that anyone who wants to come and support, I will try my best to support their efforts, because we need to get the word out about what is happening here in my hometown and what could possibly be happening in their hometown sooner or later, and that is, prisons for profit, the detention of families, the detention of immigrants, and the incarceration of human beings who have done nothing wrong but to try to, look for a better life.
How long has cont'd Hutto been open?
Well, this facility was created about roughly 10 years ago, and it was a medium security prison, and it was a prison. So they housed male prisoners, mostly for DUI, some small crimes, things like that. And then it was mothballed for a couple of years, and then Correctional Corporation of America made some sort of deal with Homeland Security, and they dusted off the furniture and brought in some cribs, and it became a residential facility. All they did was take down the name correctional facility, and they put up the word residential facility, and voila, you have a residential facility that houses women and children who have been charged with no crime except for seeking political asylum. And that is not a crime.
What happens to them after they leave here?
Well, I guess there's two ways to leave this facility. One is to be granted a political asylum, in which case the government says, we're sorry we detained you. You can now become a resident of this country and can soon become an American citizen. Or we're sorry, but your political asylum paperwork has been, disapproved, and you're to be deported, and they deport them to their home of origin, regardless of whether or not they actually have, regardless of whether or not they can actually go back, or there's a fear of them going back, because they are obviously seeking political asylum because they fear either imprisonment in their own country, torture or rape, or any of those things, and so we say sorry and send them back.
How long do they stay here? Do you know?
We've had a lady here from, I think it was Kenya, who was here for 9 months. Homeland Security, CCA will tell you that there's a quick turnaround, 30 days, but I've yet to really hear of somebody who's been here less than 60 to 180 days.
Does anyone have access to the records to know for sure how long people are kept here?
There are freedom of information requests that are coming from the ACLU to try to pen those things out. What we do have are sworn affidavits from people who have been detained, who were either granted asylum or were deported, about what their experiences were and how long they were detained, and most of them were here for more than 180 days. And you can look these up. If you can look up affidavits, cont'd Hutto, Google those things, Google the ACLU, and search on their website, and you can see some of the sworn affidavits.
And how much money does CCA make off of each prisoner? Is that information public?
CCA receives $7,000 for every person who's in this facility at a capacity of 512 beds. So
per month or
per month? Per month.
Oh.
So if, say, the census today is 100 people in this facility, they are still going to be paid as if they were serving 512 people at $7,000 a month, of which the Williamson County Commissioner's Court gets $1 or $1 a day per detainee. So they're making a lot of money. It's a big chunk of change, and that is a matter of public record. That's the amount that they're receiving.
Are the prisoners treated well?
Well, are the prisoners treated well? As prisoners go, they probably are treated quite well. But my remark to that is they shouldn't be prisoners in the first place. They are human beings who have done no crime, so they're detained. They live, they breathe, they sleep as prisoners. So, you know.
Are there babies here?
Yes, they're children. They're infant children who are there as well. So they whether or not being cloistered in one spot and not being able to go out, to go walk in the park or go to a public school or go to a library or just to even, you know, take a walk on the street, if that is being treated, you know, if that is a form of punishment, I'd say no, they're not being treated well. They're not being treated like the human beings that we should be, the way we should be treating children and people who have done nothing wrong.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.